That's a good. That's it. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. Hey Chris, what's up?
Hi, Varun.
First off, I have to tell you that I've always loved you in Parks and Recreation. Did you ever feel that you'd get super famous playing an unemployed homeless guy?
Well, I didn't know. I certainly didn't know, but I knew I was thrilled to be thrown in the mix, and I really loved the idea of that mockumentary style. I thought it would be a good fit. I had no idea what it could possibly ever turn into. I knew that they did a lot of improv, and that was something I've always had tried to do in the previous jobs that I had, and sometimes had been discouraged from that. So, I mean, it started off, I was just a guest star, thankfully, and, by the grace of God, they brought me on and let me stay on there and let me fall down on rollerblades and eat chili off of a Frisbee and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
I truly believe that any artist has to be encouraged by the team that he's working with. I think you worked with such wonderful people. And how does it feel? You are probably in today's generation one of the most popular actors worldwide. You're part of the Jurassic Park series, you're part of Avengers, and now you have the Tomorrow War, which is going to be streaming on Amazon Prime Video. And there's so many people excited about it in India. How does that make you feel as an artist?
It's just wild. It's really hard to actually even comprehend. Feels like just years ago, I was just trying to get an audition or try to get my SAG card or try to get a manager. And now, I don't know, it feels like it's happened so fast. And also it's taken 20 years. So I just feel, to answer your question, it feels great.
I've seen the movie because you sent it to me. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
that scene, pleasure. The movie is called The Tomorrow War.
Yeah.
Why didn't they name it like The War Next Week? Because it's in the future. So they could have called it anything. They could have called it anything. Why The Tomorrow War?
Well, I think Tomorrow as an idea is a coming era. The film is a big, fun action adventure, and it does take place in 2021 as well as 2051. So really this war that is being waged against this invading alien force is 30 years away. But if you look back on 1990, for me, that feels like yesterday, and that was 30 years. So 30 years can be pretty quick. And the world can change. Really, it poses the question on whether or not we can rely on science and innovation to save the world and into creating solutions for things that are happening in the world today.
The one thing that I took away from the film, Chris, which I really loved about the film, that at the base of it, at the core of it, it's a father-daughter relationship film. And you don't expect that in such a big sci-fi blockbuster. You don't expect that much heart. Yeah. And that was beautiful, The
heart in this film was a big reason that I felt so compelled to help bring it to the screen and to bring it to Amazon. I read a lot of these movies now. I'm in a very blessed position to where people can look to me and say, hey, help me get my movie made. And so I end up reading a lot of scripts, and there's a lot of the same themes. You might have time travel, you might have aliens, you might have world-saving epic events and massive set pieces and creatures. Rarely do you find one that does evoke an emotional response based on very real relationships. And to me, that's really the heart of any great story.
Chris, I just got married some time back. So, when I sit with my father-in-law, usually he asks me, how's it going? And your father-in-law is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So yes. When you're at a family dinner or a Thanksgiving or a barbecue, when he's flexing those biceps at you, do you ever tell him like, hey, Arnold, I'm doing this movie. It's an action film. Is there anything I can do? Or is it?
Well, it's funny. It is interesting to be able to talk to him about work and about, there's an understanding there. I think he's a much bigger icon and star than I'll ever be, and was a big part of the fabric of my youth in a way. So I got very fortunate in having him as a father-in-law.
He loves fighting aliens as well. I think that's something in common. That I think you love aliens. In the Avengers, you're fighting some aliens, and now again they were pretty scary with the white spikes.
The white spike is a very high watermark for alien creatures. They're unique. They're unlike anything I've ever seen. Yeah. They're angry. They're hungry. And
they're pretty scary. They were freaking me out at a bit with those arms, and they look like they had lives even in those other arms.
The reveal of the white spike in this film, we did a really great job. And a lot of times, the less you see, the scarier it is. And so we play with that for a while. But then when we cut the cord, you see not only one or two of these things, you see thousands of these things, and you realize you've been dropped into essentially an ant pile, and you're smaller than the ant. The ant is the size of an elephant.
So this is very random, but I know you're a huge MMA fan, and
Yes.
I'm a huge MMA fan as well. Is that something that you use when you do your action, or the stunt directors are like, no, Chris, we can't do that here?
For me, when I'm choreographing fight scenes, I just like to go very real, which is dirty fighting. When people fight, they fight dirty, especially if they're fighting for their lives. It's not a boxing match. Like you're trying to rip someone's eyes out or bite them or, punch them in the balls or, that's the kind of stuff that happens in real life.
If you ever had to fight in an MMA fight, what weight class would you come in at?
So I'd have to be a light heavyweight. I'd be fighting people like Francis Ngannou and I would die in like 3 seconds.
That'd be a crazy fight, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God. I do not want my head to be removed from my shoulders, so I'm not going to be fighting Francis Ngannou.
Chris, you've got a lot of fans of your people, love your comedy. And even in the Tomorrow War, whenever you got the opportunity, I could see you bringing in the charm and like stuff like, there's no humor in the future. So you are like today's new age action star for this generation.
So cool.
If you had to recruit someone to save the world, who would you pick from India? Like someone who likes it.
I would choose you.
Yeah?
Yeah. We could talk MMA the whole time, and then and we would go save the day. I think. Are you in?
We could do 2 arm bars at the same time. I think maybe get kicked in the face.
1 arm bar, 1 knee bar, and then we go to the bar.
So when you did the Avengers, you were also, they put you in charge of saving the world, and that didn't go well.
Yeah.
And this time again, you're put in charge of saving humanity. You're always in this situation. You're always the guy, you're always the go-to guy from America to save humanity, Chris. What does it take to save humanity?
It depends. Sometimes it'll be a dance-off. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time travel and a group of good friends. And sometimes it takes a willingness to do anything to save your daughter. Tomorrow War.
That's a great answer. I'm going to just show you one Bollywood dance move. It's a song called Tan 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 Tara. So the step goes like this, just Tan 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 Tara. Tara. This is it. That's it. That's it, Chris. That's it.
Can I do a Bollywood movie with you? I want to do a Bollywood movie with you.
I think you'd fit in really well here. Any plans to ever visit India?
I can't wait. I would absolutely love to. I've been dying to be able to come and visit. I know it's such a massive land. There's so many different cultures within it and so many different people. I'd love to explore it. I'd love to try it. Maybe I can come visit with you. You can show me around. I'm sure you have the key to the city.
That's an inside secret, Chris. But yeah, but no, we could do a bunch of stuff. There's lots to see, man. There's so much to see. And your film is releasing on Amazon Prime Video in
Tamil, Telugu, and Hindi.
In these 3 languages in India.
Yes, yeah.
As well. So the entire country is going to watch it. Chris, it was lovely talking to you. You're a really stand-up guy, man.
You too, Varun.
And you're a really humble dude. I wish you just all the success and love and positivity. You deserve everything that you have right now. Take care, buddy.
Hey guys, Chris Pratt here, and to all of India, watch The Tomorrow War only on Amazon Prime Video.